Good morning, natural gas. It's Tuesday, March 31st, 2026. I'm Tim Beggins, president of Elk Trading Company. And for the spot May contract, we're currently trading at not 294.20, up 5.5 cents or 1.91%. And as you can see here from the daily chart, we are currently undergoing a little bit of profit taking from yesterday's big sell-off. We're currently bouncing a little bit. And as you can see, the RSI has not been making new lows. Even though we did touch a new low this overnight, we're not making a new low on the RSI. What else is going on globally? Well, the war continues with Iran, and a tanker was hit off of Dubai. This is the Al Salmi. This is an oil tanker owned by Kuwait. And so this was fully loaded, hit by a drone. It was just a fire, so it's okay, but the war continues to Strait of Hormuz. Traffic is limited. Only that is ships that have been approved by Iran are allowed to go, and they've got to pay a ransom to do so. So there is still a huge backup of ships across Oman, around Dubai, and of course, Qatar. And Kuwait was the oil tanker, excuse me. So let's take a look at the hourly chart for natural gas. And as you can see here, we're above the daily pivot, which comes in at 293.10. And we did hold our support underneath the market at 2806, and we bounced off of that. The RSI has turned to the upside. Our first resistance, 3.013. So that seems to be a bit of a stretch today. We'll see what happens if we get more coal to gas switching, which may be helping support the market today. And let's take a look at the indices for LNG. This is the Japan-Korea marker. And as you can see, this is currently at $20.53 per MMBTU. The equivalent here on TTF is just above $20. So the JKM, the Asian marker, still holding at a premium to TTF. So let's take a look at the Noe through March strip here in the United States. It's down 1.8 cents, currently trading at 4.307 or down 0.42%. The RSI remains in the sell signal here. We'll look to see if it tests that recent low, which came in at 4.207. And again, when that's right near our support here at 4.208 and that trend line. So in about 2 days or 3 days, we'll see if that trend line is broken. If so, it takes us down to 412 and 3 ticks. Let's turn to the weather. And we've got warmer weather across the United States, especially from Texas all the way east and pushing back into the Great Lakes and New England and mid-Atlantic states. And as you can see here from the weather model at Pivotal Weather, this continues for a few days before some cooler temperatures come back in. And then we recycle this warmer temperature out of the west again and pushing east. So this is fairly mild temperatures for this time of year. Let's take a look at the anomaly map. And here's that warmer temperature building out west. And as you can see, it's between 5 and 15 degrees above normal for this time of year. And that continues to push out as we get through the first couple of days here in April. And then we get some cooler temperatures coming in around the 5th, around the Great Lakes. And then that warmth again comes back in. And so we see a push, an ebb and flow here of warmer and then some cooler temperatures. But overall, it's mild temperatures for at least the next 10 to 14 days in the United States. Let's take a look at ERCOT. And as you can see here, we've got some heavy renewables here for the next few hours. We've got almost 49,500 megawatts into the system. Renewables are strong with wind and solar combining to take most of the market share for ERCOT on the system-wide demand for much of the afternoon. As you can see right now, natural gas is just over 10,000 megawatts in the system. How about Europe? Well, it's mild temperatures right now. We're looking at, well, we're getting frozen up again. But right now, we're looking at just modest temperatures as we go through the forecast period here. And I'm sorry about the technical difficulties we're experiencing here. But generally speaking, everything is mild in Europe. What else is going on in Europe? Well, we're only down to 5.15% full in the Netherlands for natural gas storage. And we've got some low ones here, Sweden under 10%, Croatia under 15%. So we've got a heavy refill season coming up here for the EU. How about Asia? Well, similar here. We're having technical difficulties, but generally speaking, it is fairly mild as we go through the forecast period. How about Golden Pass? Well, Golden Pass is about to make first LNG. It's going to load up on a LNG tanker for bunkering purposes, and we're currently over 300,000 megawatts. Again, this will ramp up to 800 to 850,000. That's the capacity of train one. The next train, train two, 6 to 9 months later, and then train three, again, 6 to 9 months later. This can't come fast enough for Asia or even Europe. And let's take a look at the area around these Golden Pass. This is Golden Pass here. Sabine Pass is the big one for Cheniere. And look what over here is Port Arthur LNG under construction, expected to be in service sometime in 2027. But what else are they doing? They're testing the pipeline. For the first time, we've got actually some gas flowing through Port Arthur pipeline, 1,000 MMBTUs. Not bad. It's testing the facility right now. That's good news because we need this plant up and running quickly. How about the US? Well, for the nuclear fleet, we're currently at 19.1 gigawatts that are offline right now. Again, we peaked out the other day at 20.5 gigawatts. We can peak out a little further if we continue here with some of these outages, but in general, we may have achieved our peak outage for the season, and we're getting our nuclear fleet ready for summer. So again, we bottom out sometime in July and August with the outages, and then we begin the cycle again in September. So here's the stocks. These are the oil and gas E&P sector stocks between $2 and $10 billion, have a high short float over 10%. And we've got a sea of green. Right behind me, Magnolia Oil and Gas up 0.42%. So again, recapping here, we've got a little bit of profit taking here, maybe some coal to gas switching. The Iran war continues. So our LNG markers for JKM and TTF are still strong. But in the United States, we're an island. And currently, right now, we're trading at 293.90, up 5.2 cents or 1.8%. Why? Well, we're at export capacity, about 19.5 BCF a day going out for LNG. We just can't go any further than that right now until Golden Pass ramps up. So let us know your thoughts in the comment section below. Please hit that like and subscribe button. Thanks for listening. We'll see you tomorrow.